Welcome, fellow horse enthusiasts, to 500 fun facts about horses. Over the next hour, we will explore everything there is to know about these magnificent creatures. From their incredible anatomy and intelligence to their history, breeds, and record-breaking achievements. Imagine the thunder of hooves across open plains, the elegance of a gallop, and the quiet communication within a herd. Horses are not just animals. They are companions, athletes, and living symbols of grace and power. Horses are marvels of evolution. Their hearts can weigh up to 12 pounds, pumping vast amounts of blood to fuel bursts of speed or long-distance gallops. Their lungs expand with each stride, allowing oxygen to flow rapidly through the bloodstream. Their nostrils flare with every breath, and their strong jaw muscles grind tough, fibrous grasses with remarkable efficiency. Horses have nearly 360-degree vision, making them excellent at detecting movement, even at the edge of their sight. Their eyes are the largest of any land mammal, and a horse can see well in near total darkness, grazing at dawn or dusk. Their ears rotate independently up to 180 degrees, pinpointing subtle sounds, and their 20 facial muscles allow nuanced expressions that communicate emotion to herd members and humans alike. A horse's legs are engineering marvels. Below the knees and hocks, they are mostly tendons and ligaments, storing energy like springs to create powerful movement with minimal effort. The hooves grow continuously, requiring trimming every 6 to 8 weeks. The frog, a soft triangular pad, absorbs impact and aids circulation. Horses have no gallbladder, so bile flows continuously into the intestines to aid digestion. Their stomachs are small, only 2 to 4 gallons, necessitating nearly constant grazing. Adult horses have 36 to 44 teeth, which erupt continuously to grind their fibrous diet, while foals start with 20 to 25 deciduous teeth. Their tongues and sensitive lips help them grasp and manipulate food, and the unique whorls of hair on their bodies are as individual as fingerprints, sometimes linked to temperament. Horses' spines have 54 vertebrae, providing both strength and flexibility, allowing them to twist, turn, and absorb the impact of running and jumping. Tails provide balance and communicate mood, while manes protect from sun and insects. Their 4 natural gaits, walk, trot, canter, and gallop, demonstrate remarkable biomechanical efficiency, and some breeds, like Icelandic horses, perform unique gaits such as the tolt or flying pace, highlighting the diversity and adaptability of this species. Horses are highly intelligent and socially aware. They recognize individual humans and other horses, remembering them for years. They can read human facial expressions, detecting moods, and mirroring them. Within a herd, horses communicate constantly through ear positions, tail flicks, vocalizations, and posture, forming complex social hierarchies. Play is central to horse behavior. Horses toss objects, engage in mock battles, or roll in dust to bond socially and explore their environment. Mutual grooming strengthens bonds, and horses can even display jealousy if another horse or human gets attention. Horses learn by observation and imitation, responding to cues with remarkable precision. They can anticipate feeding schedules, remember obstacles, and learn hundreds of commands over their lifetime. They are emotional creatures, capable of empathy and comfort, and they enjoy toys and puzzles as enrichment, showing curiosity and problem-solving skills. Sleep is fascinating for horses. They can rest standing up thanks to the stay apparatus in their legs, but REM sleep requires lying down. Herd life is structured, with led mares guiding movement, protecting young and setting routines. Horses' intelligence and social awareness make them not only trainable, but deeply empathetic partners for humans, capable of forming lifelong bonds. Horses have shaped human civilization for thousands of years. Domesticated around 3500 BCE in Central Asia, horses revolutionized agriculture, warfare, and transport. Ancient chariots thundered across battlefields in Egypt, Greece, and Rome, while cavalry units defined military strategy for centuries. Horses were introduced to the Americas by Spanish conquistadors, changing the lives of indigenous peoples who became master riders. The Mongol Empire relied heavily on horses for mounted archery, creating a mobile and formidable military. Horses delivered mail across vast distances in the Pony Express and served as ceremonial symbols in parades and festivals. Horses appear in myths across cultures, Pegasus in Greece, Sleipnir in Norse legends, and countless deities and spirits in Asian and African folklore. In some ancient cultures, Horses were buried alongside humans as sacred companions. Over centuries, horses have been celebrated in art, literature, music, and modern media, inspiring awe and reverence for their power and beauty. From drawing ploughs to pulling wagons, exploring new lands or performing in pageantry, horses have been indispensable partners, shaping human history as no other species has. Horses come in over 350 breeds, each with unique abilities and characteristics. From the diminutive Falabella, standing just 30 inches, to towering Shires over 6 feet tall, diversity abounds. Arabians are prized for stamina and refined elegance. Thoroughbreds dominate racetracks, and quarter horses excel at short sprints and ranch work. Clydesdales and Percherons are heavy draft breeds, capable of pulling immense loads. Friesians captivate with their flowing black manes, while Lipizzanas are famous for their classical dressage feats. Mustangs roam wild in North America, exemplifying resilience and adaptability. Gypsy Vannas combine strength and beauty. Shetlands defy expectations with strength disproportionate to size. And Andalusians embody European elegance. Icelandic horses perform 5 gaits, including tolt and flying pace, while Paso Finos glides smoothly across terrain. Warmbloods dominate Olympic jumping and dressage, showcasing athleticism and grace. Coat colours are diverse. Bays, blacks, chestnuts, greys, roans, palominos, and the spotted Appaloosa patterns, controlled by fascinating genetic interactions. Most modern horses share common maternal ancestry, linking all breeds across history. Horses are athletes, performers, and workers. They compete in the Olympics, rodeos, polo, endurance races, vaulting, dressage, and more. Endurance races can exceed 100 miles in a single day, while barrel racing tests speed and agility in tight patterns. Vaulting is gymnastics on horseback, and mounted archery revives ancient combat skills. Police horses maintain calm in chaotic environments, and therapy horses assist people with disabilities. Draft horses can pull 3 times their body weight, while Budweiser Clydesdales perform worldwide, capturing the public imagination. Horses have been used historically in mines, on canals, and in battlefields. The world record for the highest jump is an astonishing 8 feet 1.25 inches, while the fastest horse clocked 55 miles per hour. Horses travel up to 50 miles in a day during endurance competitions, and some horses even paint, play games, or solve puzzles, demonstrating intelligence and versatility. Horses continue to inspire human culture. From art and literature to sport and companionship, they remain symbols of strength, grace, and partnership, connecting humans to nature and history in ways few other animals can. Horses' eyes can detect motion up to 1.5 miles away, giving them incredible awareness of predators. The flexor tendons in a horse's legs act like springs, storing energy for long-distance running. Horses have a specialized ligament called the suspensory ligament that supports the fetlock during movement. Unlike humans, horses cannot vomit due to the structure of their stomachs. Horses have over 700 muscles, with about half dedicated to movement and posture. A horse's whiskers, or vibrissae, are highly sensitive and help them navigate tight spaces or detect nearby objects. The frog of the hoof can contract and expand, aiding circulation through the lower leg. Horses can regulate body temperature through sweat and rapid breathing. Even in extreme heat, the mane helps horses shed water, directing rain down the neck instead of soaking the body. Horses' hooves can grow up to 1 centimeter per month, varying with diet, season, and activity level. Host. Moving beyond anatomy, let's talk about some other fascinating adaptations. Horses have large paranasal sinuses, making their heads unusually hollow and light for their size. The coffin bone inside the hoof is shaped like a heart in some horses. Horses have a rudimentary form of the Jacobson's organ, allowing them to detect pheromones. Their galloping gait allows all 4 legs to leave the ground simultaneously, a true biomechanical marvel. Horses' ears can express subtle emotional cues, from curiosity to aggression. Horses have pink skin under their coat, helping identify skin conditions or sunburn risks. The horse's tailbone contains tiny muscles that help with subtle tail movements. Horses have no collarbone, allowing their shoulders to absorb shock and increase stride length. Horses' spleens can store extra red blood cells, boosting oxygen delivery during intense exercise. Their digestive microbes are uniquely adapted to breaking down tough grasses that humans cannot digest. Host. Horses are highly intelligent and social animals. Their senses and behavior reflect this. Horses can differentiate between familiar and unfamiliar human voices, reacting differently to each. They often yawn when stressed or frustrated, a subtle communication cue. Horses' sense of smell is highly developed. They can detect predators, other horses, and even human emotions. They've been observed cooperating in problem-solving tasks, such as opening gates together. Horses can learn by watching other horses, especially in herd situations. Young horses display curiosity through play, exploring objects by nudging, tossing, or chewing. Horses can remember places they have visited even years earlier, demonstrating spatial memory. They communicate emotional states through facial expressions, including ear position, eye tension, and nostril flare. Horses are capable of sensing subtle vibrations through the ground, alerting them to approaching threats. Body language can indicate pain or discomfort long before it becomes visible. Host. Horses' social intelligence is extraordinary. They sometimes mimic human movements, showing observational intelligence. A horse may lie down to sleep more deeply, only when it feels safe within its herd. Horses have been shown to understand when humans are pointing or gesturing, even without verbal commands. They can form long-term emotional bonds with humans and other animals. Horses may perform play bows, lowering the front legs as an invitation for interaction. Host. Now, let's step back in time and explore horses in history. Ancient horses were much smaller, often standing just 10 hands tall, compared to modern breeds. The first horse-drawn carts appeared around 2000 BCE in Mesopotamia. Horses were used as messengers in the armies of the Byzantine Empire. Cultures like the Mongols valued horses more than gold, depending on them entirely for travel and conquest. Horses inspired ancient coin designs, reflecting their importance in trade and symbolism. The Cave of Horses in Spain depicts prehistoric humans honoring horses in rock art over 17,000 years ago. During the Renaissance, horses were central to parades and pageantry, often richly decorated. Horses have been associated with speed and agility, influencing sports and leisure throughout history. Polo originated in Persia, played on horseback over 2,000 years ago. Horses were used to pull fire engines in the 18th and 19th centuries, improving emergency response. Host. Horses have played essential roles in culture, warfare, and exploration. Some Native American tribes used painted symbols on horses for spiritual protection. Horses were critical to exploration, helping settlers traverse difficult terrain. The Lipizzaner breed was developed for intricate dressage, routines. Horses often symbolize freedom and independence. In literature and art, the bond between humans and horses influenced transportation, agriculture, military strategy, and art. Host. Beyond history, let's dive deeper into physiology. Horses' ovaries and testes are highly vascularized, supporting reproductive efficiency. The hooves of wild horses naturally wear down through constant movement. Their lymphatic system works closely with the hooves to pump fluids back toward the heart. Horses' eyes contain a tapetum lucidum, a reflective layer improving night vision. Horses' jaw muscles can exert up to 300 pounds of pressure, aiding in grinding tough plant material. Specialized blood vessels called the digital cushion absorb shock in the hooves. Some horses have distinctive stripe patterns along their legs, which can be genetic markers. Horses' lungs have alveolar surface areas comparable to small cars, allowing massive oxygen exchange. Hair follicles are highly sensitive, detecting subtle touch or wind changes. Vocal cords produce a wide variety of sounds, from whinnies to nickers, each with social meaning. Host. Horses are built for performance. Their anatomy is extraordinary. The neck contains 7 vertebrae, allowing flexibility and balance. Specialized sweat glands help cool the skin efficiently during exertion. The cannon bone in the leg is exceptionally strong yet light, supporting fast running. Horses' ligaments store elastic energy, allowing them to gallop with minimal muscular fatigue. Horses' tails contain muscles that help maintain balance during turns and jumps. Horses' dental patterns are unique, and individual horses can often be identified by their teeth. Horses can anticipate human cues, such as preparing for feeding when they hear a cart. Their social hierarchies are maintained through subtle body language, not aggression alone. Horses often communicate affection by gently nuzzling each other or humans. Foals learn important survival skills by observing maternal behavior and herd interactions. Horses can distinguish between happy and angry facial expressions. In humans, they sometimes use scent marking to communicate with other horses. Horses display curiosity by exploring new objects, often with lips, teeth, and hooves. They can adjust their gait and speed intuitively based on terrain. Horses have been observed sharing resources voluntarily, such as water or shade. They can recognize familiar voices from long distances, responding with anticipation or alertness. Horses' play behavior often involves mock chasing or gentle rearing, developing coordination and strength. They may freeze or stomp when startled, signaling danger to the herd. Horses have individual personalities, with some being bold and others shy or cautious. They can form alliances within herds, supporting one another in disputes. Horses sometimes follow the leader instinctively, even with unfamiliar humans. Grooming rituals reduce parasites and strengthen bonds. Horses can learn sequences of tasks, demonstrating long-term memory. Reactions to novel objects can indicate intelligence and problem-solving ability. They sometimes mimic human gestures, such as nodding or lifting a hoof in response. Responses to pain are often subtle, requiring careful observation by caretakers. Host. Horses have shaped human civilization in countless ways. From transport to culture, they were essential to the Silk Road, carrying goods across continents for centuries. The Andalusian horse was highly prized in Europe for ceremonial and military purposes. Horses played a key role in the Napoleonic Wars, transporting troops and artillery. The Acalteque horse is famous for its metallic sheen and endurance. Horses were central to American cowboy culture, shaping cattle ranching techniques. Horses appear in ancient Chinese mythology, often representing speed, power, and fortune. They were used to transport nobles and royalty, often adorned with elaborate tack. Some indigenous tribes use painted symbols on horses for spiritual protection or celebration. The stirrup revolutionized cavalry tactics, giving riders greater stability and power. Horses continue to inspire art, literature, and film, symbolizing freedom, courage, and partnership. Host. Beyond culture, horses' anatomy is marvelously adapted for survival and performance. Their ears can rotate almost 180 degrees independently, allowing them to focus on multiple sounds at once. The dorsal ligament along a horse's spine helps support the back during running, and jumping heart rates can exceed 240 beats per minute during intense sprinting. They have scent glands under their eyes and on their legs, which they use for communication. The fetlock joint contains sesamoid bones that act as pulleys for tendons. Horses' manes provide protection from biting insects along the neck, and shoulders. Lungs have about 1,000 square feet of alveolar surface area, allowing efficient oxygen exchange. Tail swishing can signal irritation, excitement, or social intent to other horses. Skin produces natural oils that help waterproof the coat and maintain hair. Health. Unique patterns of hair whorls on the forehead are sometimes linked to personality traits. Teeth continue to erupt throughout life, adjusting to wear from grazing. The navicular bone inside the hoof is essential for shock absorption. Jaw muscles are among the strongest in the animal kingdom. Relative to body size, horses can sleep standing for hours using the stay apparatus, reducing vulnerability to predators. Hoof walls grow at different rates depending on nutrition, exercise, and season. Muscles can contract extremely quickly, enabling a gallop with remarkable acceleration. Vestigial chestnuts on the inside of legs are remnants of toes from ancestors. The tongue is strong and flexible, helping manipulate food and detect texture. Retinas are adapted to detect motion, even in dim light. Hocks act like a spring, storing and releasing energy to enhance speed and agility. Abdominal muscles support breathing and stabilize the spine during motion. They have highly sensitive lips, which allow them to grasp delicate objects like hay or treats. Forelimbs bear less weight than hind limbs, while hind limbs provide propulsion. Sweat glands are unique among animals, producing a protein-rich sweat to enhance cooling. Eyes have 3 lids: upper, lower, and a nictitating membrane for protection. Horseshoe attachment doesn't harm the hoof if fitted correctly, aiding long-distance travel. The digestive system can process up to 2.5% of body weight in forage daily. Inner ear structures help maintain balance at high speeds. Ligaments store energy like elastic bands, reducing muscular effort during motion. Shoulder blades are free-floating, increasing stride length and flexibility. They can anticipate herd movement, adjusting pace and direction without direct instruction. Blowing or snorting sounds alert other herd members of danger. Curiosity drives exploration, often interacting with unfamiliar objects or terrain. They can recognize familiar humans from a distance, reacting differently than to strangers. Play. Behavior strengthens social bonds and develops coordination. Sometimes they gently nibble humans or other horses as a sign of affection. Horses can mirror the behavior of a calm or agitated partner, demonstrating emotional sensitivity. They have been observed solving puzzles, such as opening gates or manipulating locks. Horses can remember obstacles and paths, even years after first encountering them. Facial expressions communicate fear, interest, aggression, and relaxation. They can distinguish between different human postures, understanding intent. Horses may freeze mid-step as a protective instinct when sensing danger. Vocalizations can signal urgency or contentment within the herd. They learn by observing experienced herd members, a form of social learning. Body language communicates rank and submission, minimizing physical conflicts. They can form attachments to individual humans or animals, showing loyalty. Grooming rituals include mutual licking, nibbling and brushing, strengthening bonds. They can anticipate routines, such as feeding or training, showing temporal awareness. Responses to novel stimuli indicate intelligence and adaptability. Sometimes they playfully challenge each other, such as chasing or mock rearing. They can remember positive and negative experiences, adjusting future behavior accordingly. Memory allows them to navigate long trails and find water or forage sources. They may use subtle gestures, like shifting weight, to communicate intentions. Horses can perceive emotions in other animals, including dogs and humans. They can anticipate the arrival of riders or handlers, showing associative learning. Reactions to social cues often influence group behavior, maintaining herd cohesion. They may seek out attention or interaction, demonstrating social curiosity. Horses can adapt their gaits based on terrain for safety and efficiency. They may demonstrate problem-solving when confronted with obstacles in pasture or enclosures. Learning is enhanced when positive reinforcement is used consistently. The Przewalski's horse is the only truly wild horse species still alive today. Horses were sacred in some Celtic traditions, symbolizing sovereignty and strength. The Chincoteague ponies survived hurricanes due to selective natural breeding and human management. They were central to the development of medieval knightly orders, including training and tournaments. The Han Dynasty in China bred horses for endurance and strength, influencing cavalry success. Horses were used to deliver newspapers in early 20th century cities. Certain Native American tribes used horses to revolutionize hunting and transportation. The thoroughbred breed was developed for racing by crossing Arabians, Barbs, and local mares. Horses were used in exploring the Australian outback, enabling settlement and trade. They appear in Japanese folklore, sometimes as spirit messengers. Horses were used to pull artillery during both world wars, critical to logistics. The Clydesdale breed was developed in Scotland for heavy farm and industrial work. They were instrumental in building canal and railroad systems before engines. Horses inspired early mechanical inventions, such as treadmills and horse-powered mills. They were honoured in ceremonial parades and state occasions throughout Europe. Horses were central to Bedouin culture, prized for endurance in desert travel. They appeared in Viking sagas, often carrying gods and heroes in battle. Horses influenced agricultural tools, including ploughs and carts, across cultures. The Arabian horse was a symbol of wealth, nobility, and speed in the Middle East. Horses shaped the expansion of trade routes, including the Silk Road and trans-Saharan caravans. They were used for early scientific studies, including physiology and anatomy. Horses feature in heraldry, representing courage, nobility, and strength. They were essential in colonial expansion, transporting settlers, goods, and supplies. The Andalusian and Lipizzaner breeds were selectively bred for classical riding and artistic performance. Horses have appeared in religious rituals and sacrifices in various cultures. They influenced literature, from epic poems to modern novels. Horses played a role in Olympic Games history, from equestrian events to ceremonial roles. They were integral to mining operations, hauling ore and supplies. They contributed to military communication, including mounted couriers and messengers. Horses continue to inspire modern art and sculpture, capturing their grace and power. They were revered in Persian culture, often depicted in tapestries and ceramics. Horses helped define cavalry tactics, changing the outcomes of numerous battles. They were critical to early postal systems, ensuring messages traveled faster than foot couriers. Horses influenced urban development, as cities were designed with stables, roads, and markets. They were depicted in prehistoric cave paintings, reflecting their importance to early humans. Horses were used in circus performances, demonstrating agility and training. They were employed in ploughing vineyards and orchards, supporting agriculture in Europe. Horses were symbols of status and wealth, often owned by nobility and royalty. They have been companions in therapy and rehabilitation, showing their emotional intelligence. Horses continue to shape human culture through sport, leisure, and artistic inspiration worldwide. Host. And that's just the beginning. From anatomy to history, behavior to culture, horses remain one of the most remarkable species on Earth, forever entwined with human civilization. From the smallest Shetland pony to the most powerful draft horse, from galloping across plains to performing Olympic feats, horses embody strength, intelligence, grace, and beauty. They have shaped human civilization, inspired myths, and remain partners in work, sport, and therapy. Every hoofbeat carries a story, every mane swish reflects elegance, and every neigh echoes a rich history of companionship with humans. Horses are living testaments to endurance, adaptability, and the remarkable synergy between humans and the natural world. Thank you for joining us on this journey through 500 fun facts about horses. May your admiration for these incredible creatures grow with every hoofbeat you hear, every mane you see, and every story you share.